welcome everyone. This is the Successful Stylist Academy podcast, where we are on a mission to empower salons and hairstylists to dream big, set goals, and take action. We are here to help you each step of the way at successfulstylistacademy.com. Welcome back, everyone. We are so happy to have you, and I can't wait to introduce our next guest. Welcome to episode 9. We are going to be talking about all things customizing your client's experience, and we're talking with my good girlfriend, Jamie Ferero, who has been a hairstylist and just a good friend of mine for many, many years. Hi, Jamie. How are you doing?
Hi, Ambrosia. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm so excited to be here and chat with you.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you on here, and you just are one of those, she has one of those smiles that just lights up the room. And I know that you guys, if you're just listening to this, you can't necessarily see it, but I feel like you can hear the smile that comes through. But Jamie's just a beacon of light. She goes after everything that any obstacles that's ever thrown her way. I've known her for, gosh, like 10 years now.
I know, it's like crazy.
Yeah, we used to work in the same salon together. And I just want you to share your journey a little bit as a hairstylist, because I feel like right now there's a lot of, like, I don't know if it's pressure, if that's the right word, but maybe an expectation in our industry to shift into the independent industry, or to shift into salon ownership, or to shift into like even like booth rental. And I feel like you have a unique story, and I feel like you are a pioneer in the industry as far as like commission based and just being able to kill it behind the chair, build like amazing relationships, and you've just been able to pivot time and time again. So, with that said, I would love for you to tell us about your journey as a hairstylist, and like what were you looking for in a salon when you first started?
So, back in, I think, 2011, when I was just a beauty school student, I actually didn't even get into the industry to do hair. I was in college. I was going to Oregon State. I'm a first generation college student, so it was really important in my family for me to go to college. I was a really good student. I had good grades. I did that. I went that route. I studied marketing. And about my second year, I was just miserable. And I remember calling a good family friend. She's like a mom to me. And I was just like crying. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, this is just not me. What do I do? And she recommended that I minor in theater arts because, again, everybody still wanted me to stay in college, right? And so I did that. And and then she said, and then at the end of this year, at the end of your sophomore year, reevaluate, and we'll go from there. And I had always wanted to do makeup, actually. That's what got me in the industry. As a kid, I used to sit in my bathroom for hours and do all sorts of weird makeup. Like, glitter on the lips back then was not cool like it is now. It was weird. And so I reconnected, and at the end of that year, and I decided I wanted to go to beauty school, and I wanted to do makeup. I wanted to go to California. And I had called a school. I did my research. The school I found was called Maranello. Unfortunately, it is no longer, but it was around for like over 100 years or something crazy. So I did my research, and that's kind of what drew me into that, is that it had been around for so long and that they were in California, which is where I wanted to go. There were multiple locations, so it seemed like a big corporation that knew what they were doing, and I knew that I wanted to be the best. I wanted to work with the best. So I went that route. I called the gal who ran the makeup department in LA, and she told me, well, if you're in Oregon, because of the hours that we require more hours here in Oregon than in California. If you're in Oregon and you live in Oregon, your family's in Oregon, you should really get licensed in Oregon and then move down to California to work if that's what you decide to do. And I'm so glad I did do that, because after traveling through my career, I love California, but this is home. I don't think I would ever want to live in California. So I did that, and you know, I was getting licensed in Oregon and doing the full shebang, because in California you can get just your hair license or just your aesthetics license, or excuse me, it's the other way around. In Oregon, you can get just your hair license, just your aesthetics license, but in every other state you have to be fully licensed as a cosmetologist to do any of the three. So I'm in school, and honestly, when it came time to do my hair portion, I was not excited about it at all. Like, I did not.
Really?
I was not. I thought that heads were gross. I was like, ew, why would I want to be like touching people's heads all day? It was like, it's so ironic the way that it all turned out. But so I was not excited about it. I kind of had a bad attitude at the time. And so I go through it. I'm in hair school, and I had an opportunity to do a competition. I remember we had like our meetings first thing in the morning, and this particular meeting they wheeled the TV in.
Love a good wheeled TV.
They wheeled the TV in. And they showed this video, and we were a Wella school, so we carried Sebastian products, and they showed this video of the IBS show in Chicago, and they showed us this video about a competition, and it was just a hairstyling competition for Sebastian. And I was mesmerized. I was like, oh my God. Like, I could literally feel the energy from the show jump out of the screen and like into my soul. I just immediately was like freaking addicted. Like, whatever that is, I want to be a part of it. I want to do it. And I had never done anything like it before, but I did it. I was like, I need, what do I need to do to do this? And the competition was, it was a Sebastian competition. It was held in Chicago, and it was just styling. So I was like, thank God, because at the time, like, even now, people have a hard time finding models to color their hair. So I knew that I needed to find a model. I needed to have that model photographed professionally, and then I would need to, submit this entry. And of course, they had parameters of the styles that they wanted you to look to build off of. And at the time, it was really like the big braided faux hawks were really in, and it was like all about texture, but more like braided texture and curls. I mean, this was still kind of like promi curl time a little bit.
Yes, doing the throwback. I mean, aging you just slightly, but definitely I remember that for sure.
I know, right? I know, right? Just a little, just a little. This was just a couple years ago, okay?
Okay, so then if you fast forward to like even just at the time that you stepped foot into the salon, you made that choice and decision and stuff. I would love for you to tell everyone like what do you like about being a commission-based stylist, and not just commission-based in general, but just like the environment and the business model, and what kind of knowledge can you pass on to others who might be similar in that arena?
So ultimately, I decided to make the decision to work for a commission-based salon because of the team atmosphere, and because when I was searching for a salon, I wanted to find a salon that was involved in other things and in the industry other than like just working behind the chair. I didn't want to be in a place where it was like, we're here to just work behind the chair and make money, and that's it. I wanted to be in a place where there was more than that, where it was about growing together and having a team and being a part of things. And because I had this experience with competitions, that really fed my fire as far as working and collaborating together as a team, because you can't really do competitions on your own. There's a lot of things that go into it and a lot of people that make it happen. So that ultimately is what got what attracted me to working a commission salon. And once I started looking into it more and more, of course, there were other things that I found appealing as well, such as benefits, and just more of that collective.
Having a business that kind of takes care of you so that you can do what you love doing, right?
Exactly, and just more like it felt more like togetherness for me. Um because at the time, like, it was so, and especially fresh out of beauty school, I had no idea about the business portion of the industry. I just knew that I wanted to do hair, and I knew I wanted to do it at the best of my capabilities. And working commission and doing an apprenticeship program seemed to me like the best option to be able to learn more and do more and be better. And honestly, everybody that I knew in the industry that was successful, like, had gone through an apprenticeship program and kind of like, you know, put their time in, so to speak. Not saying that that's the only way to do it, but for me, that equated to success in the long run, was to work underneath people who were successful and who had a lot more to offer to me.
Could like pioneer that for you. Totally.
Yeah, and I think also having experiences in doing competitions in beauty school, I had a mentor in beauty school, and it was actually the guy who wrote the curriculum for Marinello. For some reason, he saw something in me and wanted to give me his time and energy, which I will forever be grateful for. And he helped me. He mentored me through these competitions, and I wanted more of that. Um, I really enjoyed learning from him, and I really feel like I benefited a lot, and I felt like it above and set me above and aside from the rest. And that's what I wanted. So I really valued mentorship, and I knew that I was going to get that through working in a commission-based salon with an apprenticeship program, which is the salon that I found that I now work for.
You're definitely a go-getter, and that just goes to show. And I think that any kind of things that come your way, any experiences, you just welcome it with open arms, and that much is very clear, and we can just see that. So throughout your 10 years as a stylist, I really want you to share like any one or two aha moments that you've had to get over those hurdles, because we all have those hurdles in the industry. We all deal with them every couple of years or so. So what maybe are some of your aha moments?
So a few of my aha moments, my biggest one, that is actually a recent aha moment that I wish I would have known earlier, or I guess resonated with, was, and you said this too, it's like, oh, an overnight success in 25 years, I think like that was kind of a big, throughout my career, it's been a big aha moment. Like, I think when I was in beauty school, in fact, I remember talking to the gal who was the recruiter or whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to make $80,000 my first year out of beauty school. And she kind of laughed at me and was like, good luck with that.
It's ambitious. It's so ambitious. I love it.
Right? But I think that's just a really big aha moment for me, is that, these things take time. Success takes time. It's not overnight, and it takes time to build a clientele. I mean, today you have a lot more opportunities to do it quicker for sure, but it still takes time. You're not gonna, you can't compare yourself to somebody who's been in the industry for 20 years when you're just right out of the gate. You got to give yourself grace.
Yeah, you have to build those relationships for sure. It takes time. Yeah.
Yeah, and another one of mine is, I actually read this in Jen Atkins' book, Blowing My Way to the Top. Great book. If you guys have not read it, you should definitely pick it up. And that is to like be in the moment, like be thankful and grateful and appreciate the moment of success they are in right now. Because some people get so blinded by the big picture and their big goal. Like, let's say you want to make $80,000 your first year, and maybe you don't. Maybe you only make $60,000 that year or whatever. But the $60,000 that you did make that first year allowed you to go on a tropical vacation. But sometimes people get so stuck in the fact that they didn't make that $80,000 that they can't even enjoy the tropical vacation, you know? And Jen actually uses it in a sense of like celebrities. Like, some people, maybe you want to do J-Lo's hair, but you're doing Megan Fox's hair right now, and you're so stuck on J-Lo that you can't even appreciate, like, hello, it's Megan Fox. Like, calm down. You're still killing it.
Every day.
You're still right. My doppelganger.
Yeah, totally. All right, successful stylists, you heard it yourself. You have to enjoy and be in that moment, celebrate those victories as they come. And now we got to get to the meat and potatoes. I can't wait to hear what Jamie is going to drop the knowledge on as far as those 5 C's go. So tell us a little bit more about the 5 C's and how you customize your guest experience. Can you walk us through that?
Yes, yes, yes. So, customizing your clients with the 5 C's. The first C is consultation. We all know this is the real bread and butter to what we do. It's huge. And consultation dictates the entire mood for the appointment. It's your ultimate guide in making sure the experience is successful for you and your client. So, my biggest piece of advice with this is starting with, how is your hair working for you versus what are we doing today? You don't want to give your client too much control. Remember that they're coming to you for advice. They don't really know what they want. They don't really know what's trendy. They're coming to you as a professional, and that's what really sets us apart, right? So starting with, how is your hair working for you versus what are we doing today? And that is what is going to get clients to come back to you, because you're specializing in that and you use those kinds of verbiage, versus, oh, what are we doing today? So clients are coming to you because you're the specialist. So they really don't know exactly what they want. They might think that they know what they want, but really they're looking for suggestions. So opening with, how is your hair working for you? And even clients that you've been seeing, I always make sure to do a consultation. Instead of how is your hair working for you, ask them, how did our haircut work last time? What challenges have you been facing? What's been easy? We don't always have to focus on the negative either. Ask them what has been working for them so that you can take that information and go with it. If it's been working for her to wear her hair natural and she's still using creams and oils to blow dry it smooth, then you know that you're going to be planting the seed to give her products that will help her wear her hair natural if that's what's been working for her. And this brings me to my next point, in that the consultation also is your roadmap for retail. Your client will tell you exactly what they need retail wise when you ask them, how is your hair working for you? What's working? What's not working? What are you loving? What are you hating? All of these questions are really going to set the roadmap for a successful appointment. The second C is categorizing. So each client is different style-wise and personality type. It's helpful to categorize who your client is and what they're into. Do they like their hair to be loud, quiet, or medium? What's their lifestyle like? What's their career? Do they wash and wear their hair or blow dry and style? Do they use hot tools? Are they a beginner in the hot tool world or in the styling world, or are they intermediate? Also, what kind of person are they? What do they value? Do they value their time, or do they value looking a specific way? Because there's clients who want to look good, but they value time over the look. And there's clients who the look is, that's it, you know, they'll put whatever they need to put into it. Time is not an issue. They want the look. So being able to categorize your client is really helpful for you in knowing what to suggest for them. And the third C is change. So most everybody wants to keep up with the trends. It doesn't matter what age you are or how trendy you are. People want to stay up to date. And again, your clients are coming to you because you specialize in this. We know what's trendy, and we also know how to take a trend and make it wearable for each and every client. Like you can give an older client a younger style and twist it and make it, you can make classics more modern. You can change things around. Like that's what we do as a specialist in this industry, and clients want that. So whether your client is older or younger, everyone wants to feel a little bit different and a little bit more special each time they get their hair done. Now, knowing who your client is what really makes this easy for you to suggest, because what may be a big change to me may not be a big change to them. So you really need to know, is your client loud? If she is ready to change and maybe she wants to go from blonde to a redhead. But if she's not, then maybe she doesn't. So maybe just a few highlights is the answer. And seasons are what we use to kind of help navigate us through these changes, right? We go a little bit brighter for the summer, a little bit darker for the winter, or vice versa. I think like you need to know your client, because I personally like to go light for the winter because I like to wear all black. And then I like to go dark for the summer because I like to wear neon colors. So just knowing what they're into and what their style is will help you navigate and dictate what kinds of change they need. And then even if they don't say they want a change, just planting that seed in there every once in a while is going to be what doesn't make your client bored, because there's few reasons why clients leave, and one of them is boredom. They are getting the same thing every single time, and people want to be treated, they want to feel special, they want change. The fourth C is choose retail. Retail is huge, and I think a lot of people get in their head about retail a little bit because they like equate it to sales, and sales is grimy, and we don't, and we're trying to budget for our clients even though it's really none of our business. But it's like, stop budgeting for your clients. You are doing yourself and them a huge disservice by pretending that you know what is in their bank account. It is none of your business. They are there for help. You have a solution. Retail is that solution. You give them the option. They decide to buy it or not. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. I feel like so many of us, we just need to get out of our damn heads about it. Like, it's just a suggestion. Like, just because the guy at Best Buy suggests the best damn TV on the market to me doesn't mean I'm going to buy it. But maybe I will. Maybe I want the best TV on the market. You know what I mean? He doesn't know. I don't even know.
But you want the choice. You want the choice. Exactly.
Exactly. Exactly. So when you ask your client what is and isn't working with their hair, pay close attention to what they tell you. And even their hand movements too. If your client is scrunching her hair, she wants to wash and wear. She wants to scrunch her hair. That's what she wants. She wants to go natural. She wants more body. If your client is pulling her hair down, stick straight, she wants straighter hair. So even simple things like that, but really listening, because your client will tell you, oh, well, it's just so frizzy all the time. Oh, it's just so dry all the time. So knowing, or also having your favorite products in line. You should always have a smoothing product, a voluminous product, and a finishing product such as hairspray or texture spray in your back pocket at all times. And you can have your oldies but goodies, but also staying up with the trends on what's new with whatever product line you're selling, whatever they just came out that's new. People like new things. So you need to be educated on what's new, and that way you can suggest it to the right client when the right time comes. Also with retail, there is studies show that if you set aside 3 products, your client will buy at least one of them. So that's a good starting point for anybody that's wanting to get a little bit better with retail. Just set out 3 products and just I just let my clients know. We talked about these 3 products today. I'm going to set them aside for you to look at. You can take them or leave them, and that's that. And then just walk away.
Walk away, folks.
Nothing else needs to be said or done. Sometimes that's helpful. Sometimes walking away from the counter and letting your client not feel so pressured, like you're standing there like a hawk waiting to see, like, are you going to buy it? Are you going to buy it? Like, because they know that we make commission off of our retail, So sometimes walking away alleviates that stress, and it gives them the comfort to make that decision on their own. And worst come to worst, your client says no, and you just get more experience under your belt. So retail is really a win-win for everybody. And I think that it's really not that big of a deal. It's not as big of a deal as a lot of us hairstylists make it out to be.
It's true. We definitely wrap a lot of psychology into it and like our own belief systems with retail. So I love that you gave all those pointers. And then you had one more C for us, yes?
Yes. So the last one is cheer them on and coordinate. So make sure you educate them on how to style their hair accordingly to their lifestyle and preference. And really take the time, watch them blow dry. My clients who are having a hard time blow drying their own hair, I hand them the blow dryer and I watch them blow dry their hair. And even I had a client the other day, I literally stood behind her, grabbed her hands on the blow dryer and was puppeteering her and showing her how to blow dry. It's just like when it's just like working out. When you work out with a personal trainer, they're going to touch you and move you and show you, because sometimes you need that. You need that visual. You need that feel to know what it's going to be like. So this will help you give them suggestions. And this also really makes your clients feel heard and special. Because, that's not a lot of people do that. And then you want to make sure that you're coordinating their next appointment and then following up with them then at their next appointment. So you can be planting the seed for highlights maybe and talking about it in this appointment, and then coordinate with them, make that set appointment. And then the next time, maybe you had talked about, her hair was being frizzy, you sent her home with a product. The next time she comes and sees you for her highlights, check in with her and ask her, how is that product working for you? How is your frizz? Has it been more manageable? Are you still struggling with that? How are you feeling about your products? And that is also really makes clients feel heard and important. And that's what we're here to do. And then just make sure to really cheer them on. It's a hard life out there, and
Tell me about it.
people need a little bit of encouragement, and clients are really hard on themselves when it comes to styling their hair, especially if they're a beginner. It feels like they're never going to get it, and they will, and they just need a little extra support and a little extra cheerleader from you, and then they'll appreciate that, and it will just set the mood and the tone for the entire appointment if you really just kind of leave your client with some kind of positivity, as far as them doing a great job, or they will be doing a great job after they implement what you've taught them, because we're all evolving together, right?
We're all evolving together. I know exactly. And I love the point that you're making about just taking care of people and being able to solve solutions and just really listening and focusing more on that. Like, never in there were you talking about the technical side of things. You were talking about those soft skills, the just taking care of people and really making them feel welcome. We all know that our physical changes can manifest and change our psychological changes, like the way we feel inside, the way we feel outside helps us with the way we feel inside. I mean, people interview better, people like, they feel better about themselves when they look better. And so we get to have that power to make people feel that way, and what an amazing gift that is. So I love these 5 C's. This is amazing. I think a lot of people are going to walk away with just like tons of ahas of their own. So I really appreciate you passing that knowledge on to us. And I really want to hear from you, Jamie. Like, what can we see next from you? Like, what's next? Where are you going? Where can everyone find you? All the things. Give us everything.
Yes. Well, everyone can find me on Instagram or Facebook. I also have a hair Facebook page. It's just Jamie Ferero Hair. And my Instagram is also just my first and last name, keeping it simple. And what's next? Education is really what's next for me. I am starting in the fall. I'm going to be helping the owner of my salon rewrite the curriculum for the apprenticeship program. And then I'm also going to be teaching the apprenticeship program. And then I'm also working with you, Ambrosia, with Successful Stylist Academy, and doing, more community, more coaching, just really more connecting. So this year for me is really just about connecting with people, and then passing knowledge on, and also receiving it, because I really truly believe that educating others, in educating others, you're also educating yourself. You learn, you grow from it. And I think it's just such a beautiful, powerful thing that we all possess within us.
Oh, that's so true. And I love that you made that point. And Jamie, we can feel like that huge community hug from you. I'm sure if I feel it, then you guys feel it too, which is why I love having you in my life. I want to thank you so much for joining us and telling us, passing your knowledge to us. We definitely, I'm sure, will want to have you on here again. I'm sure other people are going to want to hear more about how you kind of break down those appointments, even verbiage. I think people could always use for that. So I'm throwing it out there. We want to have you back again for sure. But I want to thank you for now for being on here with us. And everyone, go find Jamie Ferrero on all the things. And then, of course, if you ever purchase a course through successfulstylistacademy.com, then you will get to be in our private group as well, where you get to see Jamie on the regular. So she's running that group. She's doing interviews. She's giving lots of free advice to you guys as well. So that's something to definitely take advantage of. And definitely make sure that you check back with us for episode 10 next week. Drea and I are going to be hanging out, and we have a couple of little nuggets we're going to pass on to you. So make sure you join us for that. And don't forget, guys, just to dream big, set goals, and take action. See you next week.